even though you don't mean to. But I show hands, how many people have taken a listing this year? Okay, taken a listing? 5 or more. 10 or more? 10 or more will for sure. Get up here, you're teaching the class, baby. Alright, so the truth of the matter is most agents don't list a lot of homes. Does anybody know what the average is?
3.
Maybe, yeah.
Anybody else?
Probably 2 a year.
4 to 6 homes a year.
Listing
4 to
or
6
selling?
listing homes a year on average, okay? We list about 4 a month right now, which is really good. And I don't say that to brag, I just want you guys to know who I am, because what I'm gonna teach you today is gonna get you out there and get you to get some listings, all right? All right, let's get started. Who's ready to get started?
We are.
I can help you with the.
You guys have been, this is actually the listing presentation, so we'll go over it after, but I have a speech I prepared just for you guys, so I hope you're all excited. All right, you've been sitting for a long time, so stand up and shake it out. Shake it out. I don't want you falling asleep with me. High five your neighbor. This is my neighbor. All right. We're excited. Now you're gonna actually remember what I'm gonna say next.
Yeah.
All right. The presentation is called the 4 steps to get any listings. Okay. 4 steps to getting any listing. Everybody ready? All right. I like the participation. Now I saw all the off-market listings on the board. You guys are killing it. Like, you guys are getting a lot of good listings. But we're gonna take it to the next level. So there's 4 steps to the way I do my listing presentation or appointment is really 4 steps, okay? Step 1 is build rapport. Got that? You can write it down if you're taking notes. Step 2 is review the expectation when you're there. Step 3 is results, which is talk about your results and social proof, and we'll go over all these. And step 4, close, 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 like Will does. He's closing on that. Veronica's a beast too. Another round of applause for these two because they're amazing leaders. All right, step number 1. All right, we're going to talk about before the appointment. How many people do a pre-qualification? Okay, good, good, excellent. A lot of professional agents. When you're new, I would say go on appointments. You don't have to pre-qualify because you want to get out there. You want to get experience. When you're experienced, you want to pre-qualify hard because you don't have a lot of time. In the beginning, as a new agent, you have a lot of time, not a lot of money. When you get to the veteran stage, you have a lot of money, but everybody wants your time, so you don't have a lot of time. So think of everything that I say today through your own filter. There's a lot of advice on social media, a lot of stuff out there, and people take it and they're like, oh, look, it's clickbait. But the reality is everything I say, take it through your own filter, and how does it apply in your world? Got it? Good.
Got it.
If you got it, say yes.
Yes.
I love Jim Rome. Okay. Number 1, when you qualify, ask her why. Okay, what is the motivation? And the simple question for that, what is the reason you're looking to sell your home? If somebody says, hey, you know, Will calls me up, he's like, hey, would you sell your home? Hell yeah, I would if I get $1 million. Now my house is worth $900,000. I'm not a good lead. I have no reason to sell. But I'm selling you my shoes right now if you're willing to pay for them, right? So make sure they actually have real motivation. Why are you looking to sell your home? So question number 1. We're not going to talk about the actual way to get business, but I'm going to tell you, I built my whole business on expired listings, for sale by owners, and Circle Diamond. Okay, that's where I got the leads to go on the appointments. If you're not getting enough appointments, you need to go to the class before this class, which is usually 50 grand, and we talk about expired listings. That was a joke. Usually I actually get 50 grand for this class, but I gave Will and Veronica a discount, so 25 grand to pay for me. So pay attention because it's costing them money. All right, number 2, prepare the numbers, and again, this is all before the appointment. And prepare the listing paperwork because you're going to go in there as a professional, and you're going to go in there to take the listing, right? How many people know what DISC stands for? Do you guys teach DISC? DISC?
Yeah.
Myers-Briggs, same thing?
Personality.
Personality assessment? It's not a class on that, but briefly to go over the DISC, there's 4 personalities: D, driven, direct. I, those are enthusiastic, social butterflies. As I speak, think about which one you are. S is patient, golden retriever, and C is analytical. Think about who you are. I love the silence. All right, now, if you look at our buyer and seller population, it's a super diverse group of clientele. The reason is because when we enter their world, we want to make sure that we're like them. So it doesn't matter who I am. Because I know you guys have all seen that realtor that sells to people who are just like them, but that's such a small population. And even if you look at the disc, most realtors are DIs and most of the population are SCs. So know who you are, but better yet, know who your prospect is. It's story time. Who loves stories? Okay. This is where I learned the lesson. I had this presentation, beautiful, it was a binder, old school, 10 years ago. I've been doing this 16 years. I started when I was 10, all right? So I go into this presentation, and I'm prepared, I'm in my suit, ready to go. I do the presentation. I'm like, Will, you ready?
Yeah.
Ready for me to work?
Yep.
Will's ready. And then the guy's like, what's the price of the commission? I'm like, dude, I got a lot to say here. He's like, what's the price of the commission? Like 5 times in a row. And I'm like, I literally have all the numbers, all the answers, all the statistics. And this guy was a high D, which means he's driven, determined, motivated. He'll run through a wall. He doesn't want to hear me talk about numbers. So I'm like losing him. I'm like, dude, I'm good at what I do. How am I losing this guy? And this guy's like, what's the price, what's the commission? I got mad. This was a lesson learned out of anger. I don't get mad all the time. I got mad. I shut the laptop. I said the price is $800,000 and the commission is 6%. It's like, that's all I wanted to know. Where do I sign? And I was like, what? This is the easiest listing appointment I've ever been on. But then I learned it's not our desire to portray to them what we want. It's who are they as a person. All he wanted was the price and the commission. I would have wasted my time and probably lost him and not got hired if I went through the presentation. Now, an analytical person is going to want to know all the stats, the graphs, and everything else. Okay? All right. Lesson learned for everybody.
How do you find out what kind of personality that other person is?
Yeah.
The buyer said.
So I'm a high D and a high I, which means I'm social and driven and motivated. I'll run through that wall to achieve my goals, right? Most people are not like that. The way you do that is when you pre-qualify and you ask them questions. Like high Ds, you could tell they want to get off the phone. They're very direct, driven to the point. High Is are social butterflies. They won't let you get off the phone, even though they're never going to list with you. Like, that's why I always ask them, hey, if you wanted to list your home, do you have a close friend or a family member that's willing to, that you would do business with? Or do I have an opportunity to earn your business? Because if you don't ask them that question, they'll talk to you for 3 years and then tell you their mom's a realtor. High S's, they're golden retrievers. That's the best way I could explain them. People pleasers. Patient, loving, kind, not me. Okay? I'm trying to change and be, I have a 3-year-old, so I'm trying to change and be more like that with her, but that's not me, right? So now when I go and I meet somebody who's a high S, I have to adapt to them because I'm entering their world. And then C's are analyticals, right? Everybody knows accountants and engineers. Really hard people to sell to, but if you have that accounting background, if you have that engineering background, if you show them graphs and statistics, they're going to list with you. Great question. All right, so now we've re-qualified the appointment. We're going on the appointment, and we're at the door. Okay? The walk-up. So we walk up. First, I want you to be prepared before you get out of the car. Get hyped up. I made you guys get up, high-five each other. Like, high-five yourself. I don't care. Listen to music. Listen to something. Get pumped up, motivated. This is the biggest asset that person's going to buy or sell in their lifetime. You might sell 7 homes a year or 70 homes a year. It doesn't matter. To that person, that's the biggest transaction. Most people don't buy businesses or flip houses or buy investments all the time. To them, that is the single biggest asset. So you got to be 110% when you want to. Dress. I like the way this guy's dressed. Look and dress like the fee you charge. But what's more important is be comfortable in your own skin. It's 2025. People show up. Just be yourself, right? I like to dress professional. I've always have. That's me, right? But if that wasn't me, then I wouldn't do it. So dress however you see fit, but I like professional. I truly believe you can never be overdressed, right? Because if I used to wear a 3-piece suit and a tie, I don't anymore, right? Because it's 2025, people will think I'm a weirdo. But if you walk into an appointment and the seller is wearing, let's say he's not wearing a tie, I can loosen my tie, I can take it off, I can take my jacket off, I can roll up my sleeves, I can adjust. But if I walk into shorts and this guy's in a 3-piece suit, what am I going to do? Go to my car and get a 3-piece suit? It doesn't work for me. You guys all, by the way, are dressed beautiful, so you're a good-looking crew. So at this point, you can just gloss over. All right, confidence, positive, and enthusiastic. That's before you get on the door. And then begin looking for conversation starters. How many people know what rapport is? interactive section, perfect. All right, rapport is the ability to connect with somebody. You ever go to a party and ask somebody a question? Hey, Veronica, who do you know? Oh, I know Will. Oh, me too. Where'd you go to school? Salem State. Oh, me too. You're building rapport. You could also build rapport by sitting like somebody's sitting. Right now you're sitting with your legs crossed, so I would sit with my legs crossed at the actual appointment. Yeah? And you'd be surprised. People think that the other person realizes. The only thing they realize is they realize that they like you and they don't know why. Right? So building rapport is huge. As you're walking through the house, you want to ask them, like, you see golf clubs? You golf? Right? So those things are super important. So begin looking for conversation starters. I'm going to give you guys some scripts too. Will we have 5 hours?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, everybody brought their backpacks and their sleeping bags, right? Yeah, we're good.
You told me 5 hours. 25 grand, I'm trying to deliver.
Yeah. He's going to Pemmy Cabins with us.
I'm trying to get my full fee next time on the listing appointment.
We're bringing you to New
Are
Hampshire.
sharing the notes too, or no?
I'll leave this just with you. You can share it. No, just kidding.
Uh-huh.
I could email this to everybody, but
I
yeah,
appreciate
I typed
that.
this up last night at like 2 a.m. So I will. All right, so you walk up. First contact is super important. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. Firm handshake, look them in the eyes, smile, okay? How many people don't do that is shocking. A lot of people don't have social skills anymore because of that technology, right? Especially younger people. You'll see this a lot with, okay? Number 2, may I set my things down on the kitchen table? Great. Who's gonna give me the grand tour? Now, there's many ways to do this. Don't get caught up. This is just the way I do it. Don't get caught up in like the mechanics, but I know people want the mechanics, right? You could do a 2-step listing presentation, it works. You can do a 1-step listing presentation, it works. You can literally skip all of this, it works. Don't forget my story about shutting the computer, right? Everything works, nothing does it, but you need a proven plan and a proven system to go on listing appointments, because how can you know if you're good or not? Right? Because you're going to look at your ratios, say, hey, I'm going on 10 appointments. I'm getting appointments every week, but I'm only landing 1. Well, then you suck. Right? Now, you can record me and post this on social media, but when I swear, just delete it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that's how you get better, right? Now, if Will's going on appointments, he's probably in 7 out of 10. He's good. So now we can say, how do we adjust the listing presentation to get better? How many people get 100% of the listing appointments they go on? Oh, wow, I like that. Because that means you're not going on enough listing appointments. I had one guy tell me, hey, I get every appointment I go on because he does business by referral and he gets like 1 listing a month, which is still good. But it's like, yeah, if you only show up to slam dunks, you're going to get them. I learned to do business with expired listings and for sale by owners. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Expired listings. In 2009, you're the 3rd person in the door. 2 people failed to sell their homes. They're telling you to F off and get out of their house. That's the people that I had to learn to present to. And the market has changed, and I think a lot of real estate agents in general, we forget the skills it requires to actually convert. And that's why a lot of agents struggle nowadays. But anyway, back to my setting my things down at the kitchen table here. All right, next. Who wants to give me the grand tour? Does anybody know the FORD acronym?
Yes.
What is it?
Family, obligations, recreations, and dreams.
Occupation.
Occupation.
Bingo. All right. Great simple tool to build rapport. Family. You know how many deals my daughter has closed for me? Literally, with agents and like buyers and sellers. You have a 3-year-old? You're listening with me. I have a 3-year-old. Like, you're going to talk about your family, I'm going to talk about my family, we're going to take pictures. I literally got an offer accepted. The lady told me exactly what my offer had to be because we connected over the 3-year-old, right? Family. Occupation, what do you do for work? This is actually good for you guys all when you're networking. If you ask somebody, hey, Veronica, what do you do for work? What's the next question she's going to ask me?
What do you do for work?
Wow, I didn't even tell her. Look at that. So that's good. So you don't even have to tell people what you do for work. Just be interested in them. A great book on this is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Okay? Recreation, you know, people love talking about their hobbies. Golfing, I mentioned. Like, even if you're not good at golfing, that's still funny, right? Like, this guy's good at golfing, I try, and then we could connect over that, you know? And people love to talk about their recreation. And then dreams, goals they want to accomplish. You see a boat on the wall. Oh, wow. Is your goal to retire in a boat or a lake house? You can help with that too, right? So now you're building rapport. Okay, tips. If they offer you a glass of water, always take it. If they offer you alcohol, always say no, 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 until after. I drink with everybody personally. On our personal time we can drink together. When you do business, show up as a professional. Again, these are my tips. You can take them with a grain of salt, but this is what's helped me be successful. And continue focus on building rapport. So we're still on step 1 is rapport. So if you guys don't get it, how important rapport is, you now know. What's step 1?
Poor.
Wow, we got 1 listener. All right, review. So the second step is now we walk through the house, we build rapport. That's why I walk through the house, and people don't do that. I like to build rapport while I walk through the house. The goal on the appointment is to get them to like you because people do business with people they like and trust. Right? How many of you have gotten a listing because you were friends with the person?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And your presentation was horrible. You showed up, you're like, oh, I just started, what do you want me to do? Like, you're my friend. Like, okay, where do I sign? You're like, what? You want me to tell you what I do? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I do, I just started. Alright. So set expectations, know your script. You guys are huge on scripts. You're already like 10 levels ahead of the average agent because you have Will and Veronica who are great leaders. And they're telling you guys about scripting. So the training in real estate when I started was horrible. That's why I love what these guys do. Because that's why the failure rate in real estate is what? Anybody?
80%.
80%.
How many?
80%.
That's crazy. 80% of people who get their license will not renew it within 2 years. And then how many of them are actually going to renew it in the next 2 years? And how many of them are going to be top producers and actually successful, willing to provide for their families after business? Not a lot. Why? Because the training in our industry is horrible. So are these guys? Big round of applause. Hey, and you're getting training for somebody who takes listings. Like I read off a list of listings, and not to impress you, but to impress upon you. I'm out there every single day taking listings in this market. All right, set expectations. You gotta know your scripts. I like to go through the market because I've been doing this for 16 years and give them a high level overview. Then I jump into marketing and then statistics if they're at high C. But remember, I'm feeling them out on that appointment. Like I'm not going deep on marketing or content unless I know that they're high C, right? I know this guy in my office, Ron, you know who you are. He does listing appointments for 3 hours every single time.
Oh my God.
Okay? He gets like all his listings, but it's a very long appointment. I could get a listing in 15 minutes. And my average is probably 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions you have. So really feel out your consumer, your client, and know who they are, right? Like remember, know who they are. What's more important than knowing who they are is know who you are. So we're still in the review process. After this appointment, a couple things will happen. You're either going to decide to list with me. You may choose not to list with me, or I may choose not to take this listing. Take it away, right? You don't want to take every listing appointment you go on. If Will called me in the earlier example, my house, I want $1 million, it's only worth $900. You probably shouldn't take that listing because I have no motivation. Either way, after this, and these are scripts I'm giving you guys. Hello.
Hi.
Either way, after this appointment, you'll be more educated. You'll be more educated, and you'll be able to know what you need to do to sell your house, whether you list with me or not. That's a script, okay? And then I like to review their why at this point. Why? Remind me again. Why are you selling your home? Why are you selling your home?
Because I just got a job in Florida.
Boom, she has to move. So like if I'm not closing that deal, somebody else is. Will probably is. He's knocking on the door right after me. All right, so the why, I go super deep on motivation. To me, that's one of the most important things. Why? When I coach agents, I also go deep on motivation. Why? What's the goal you're trying to accomplish? Why? All right. Then the listing presentation, I'm gonna actually show you mine, like a 5-minute version, not yet, but I'll go through that. So you introduce the team, the roles, use your stats. You guys got all these listings, you got a big team. Use that as social proof, the statistics, the home sold. This is where the ratios come in. Like I sell on average, my home sold 2 weeks faster than the average in the market wherever I'm doing business, right? And I get 105% of asking price, where the average in this town, Glenfield, is 102, right? So you want to show them that statistics and separate yourself from them. Highlight your unique marketing strategies. Hey, we kill it on social media, right? We'd be like, see this video on social media? You show them that video right then and there. Like, this is going to be your house. Like, I want that video. All right, so what are your top 5 marketing things you do? And then close with a question, right? Are you ready to put me to work? So this is the results part. You're showing them the results that you've been able to accomplish in the past. If you're new and you don't have any results, rely on your team, right? You guys are a team, okay? Number 4, close. I like to pound the paint with graphs of their analytical data, market reports, all that stuff. Remember their motivation, okay? What are they trying to accomplish? And set clear expectation and communication about the next step, okay? I'm going to do staging, photos, coming soon, etc. And that actually wraps up this presentation, so a round of applause for me.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to clap for me, but I'm going to show you what I actually do on the appointment, like the fast version, okay? But you have a question, go ahead.
Yeah, so when you walk into a home, do you go around the home and start taking a look at them, or you just go right to the table and?
I walk around the home to build rapport. So I'll literally walk and be like, tell me all the updates you've done, and I'll ask them permission to take notes. Okay, tell me all the updates you've done, and I also take notes on them, like on the rapport building process. Because even if I don't get the listing, I now know their kid's name, I now know they like to golf, everything's right here on that piece of paper. Boom, I have all that information. Okay.
Arthur, real quick. So after you do that, just because I know how I normally do it, after you go around the property
Yeah,
and
that's
you went
weird.
on with this guy, can you transition into the conversation that goes after that? So you went around the property, you showed the house, I just showed you it's the new pool, basement's done up, da 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 da. How do you transition from that conversation into let's talk business?
Remember when I walked into the house, I set my things down at the kitchen table? So that's where we're meeting back, because all the most important, and this is how I was trained, all the most important decisions are made at the kitchen table. I want to get back there 90% of the time if I can. Sometimes I end up on a couch with a dog on top of me, but that's rare. Like if I can be at the kitchen table, I'm at the kitchen table. They offer me a glass of water, I take it, and now it's like, let's talk business.
Perfect.
So my stuff's already there, we're going back there. All right, we're done. Are you ready to sit down and talk about the next steps and what I can do to help you sell your home? All right,
Beautiful. All right,
sit
cool.
down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cool.
And then you take the drink after all of that, then you sign the contract.
Yes, I drink after the contract is signed every single time.
At some point you said market first, marketing second, and then what was the third?
I don't remember.
Statistics, I think it was
Okay,
statistics.
so is that your order? You talk
Yeah.
about the marketing?
Yeah, I'll show you guys
Oh,
actually.
okay.
And we'll share this and the notes.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have a great listing presentation already. What you do is not important, it's who you are, your confidence you come across, and how congruent you are with what you say. I can literally I've closed with this presentation, a binder, and no presentation. Like, I know who I am. I can close with nothing. Show up literally empty-handed and walk out with a contract. So this is not important. Make your own. Use the ideas. Use the one that I'm sure you guys have when you provide to them. Use the one that Will and Veronica had. Or make your own from scratch. It doesn't matter. I've used a agent that sells 100 homes a month, like a mega agent. I've used his presentation. I've used one that I just like found on the internet. Or on ChatGTP. Like, you could use anyone. You just need a structure that's your own, and you master that structure. Now, once you master that structure, go on actual appointments. And then, whoever your coach is or consultant, or yourself, like ChatGTP, you say, hey, I went on 10 listing appointments, what did I take? Now, we can judge your presentation, whether it's how well you know it or how good it is, right? Like, I probably take 70 to 90% of the listing appointments I go on, right? You might be at 20%, so you could get better at the presentation or the quality appointment, but you need to have something so we can measure against and improve. So if you tried this presentation 10 times and you got 5 listings, that's good. We make some tweaks, now you're getting 7. But if you go do a different thing every single time you go on the appointment, which you hide T's and I's will do, you just do whatever you feel like it, you don't know what you did good or bad or what you could do better. Every time I lose a listing, I ask them, why did you choose not to go with me? And remember what I said too, this is just my belief, put it through your own filter. So like sometimes, like one time a lady told me like, you weren't bubbly and you're not a female. Well, it's like, I'm not gonna become a female, so that's fine. I'm good with not getting that listing. But one time somebody told me, you didn't focus on the house. I'm like, that's good feedback. Because I remember that specific appointment, it was $1 million listing. I was rushing to the presentation, I was going to my nephew's basketball game, and I didn't give myself enough time. So when they started to talk about the house, it was so important to them. But I was like, I'll sell any house, don't worry about it. But that's why I didn't get the listing, right? because the beams were important to them. They wanted to go deeper into the house, and I was focused on myself. And those are the things you have to be self-aware of. Like, who's the decision maker? I'm in front of two people, right? Sometimes I pitch you, and you're like, I love you, I'm gonna give you the listing, and then I lost the listing because I gave no attention to the decision maker. All of those things you have to think about, and that's like 1,001 things to think about, but that comes with experience.
Do all your listings hit the market?
I'd say like 99%, yeah, mostly all.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not committed. Like, I got one that I just listed, and then somebody's gonna buy it before.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Don't fall backwards.
That's my close. All right, anything else?
So you were saying about like, you know, you have to pay attention to how the person is. That would be with the build rapport in the beginning, right? Like when you're walking around asking them questions, that would be like where you would find out.
It starts on the phone
On the
when you
phone.
pre-qualify, and then it continues on the walkthrough, but it never ends. You have to keep digging and figuring out who they are, what's important to them.
Do you have to bring any like snacks to them, like a chocolate? Oh, how you doing?
No, but I usually need snacks after.
But you said something, right? He takes a lot of notes. So if they don't sign there, you follow up, and he has all the notes.
What would be a reason that you don't sign there?
What would be the reason?
Yeah.
Because I suck. I always try to close. The percentage of, once you leave, you closing that deal is going to go down significantly. And I have a story about that. There was two girls in my office, 121, 16 years ago. Remember, I started when I was 10. Don't forget that. So 16 years ago, these $2 million, they were called $1 million ladies, right? $1 million ladies. They would go on all these appointments. And then the office manager was like, dude, you're on all these appointments, but you're getting like 2 out of 10. And the reason why is they weren't asking for the close. So they would do a perfect presentation. It gets to the end and they wouldn't say like, hey, let's sign the agreement, right? So you have to close on the appointment. Try 2 or 3 times. Now some people, no matter what you do, are not gonna close, and then you DocuSign it, cool. But I would try to get something signed there, or DocuSign right there.
And, you know, it depends, it goes back to the personality type, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a golden retriever, like people,
Yeah.
they might need time to process it, right? To like sleep on it, pray, whatever it is. You could also, like one thing that we used to do is we say, why don't we put in the contract that is contingent upon you coming back to us with an approval within 24 hours. That way we get all the paperwork out of the way.
Yeah.
So that way I'll give you a call tomorrow, and if you wanna go ahead and move forward, if not, I'll just rip up the contract.
Yeah.
How does that sound? Sign it up.
Yeah,
So
it's
you always have to
script.
kind of try.
It's a Mike Ferry
It's
script.
a Mike Fair.
That's a Mike Ferry.
And sometimes you're meeting with them a year early because you're a new agent, you just want to get in the door. Sometimes the decision maker didn't show up, like one of the decision makers didn't show up. So there's many reasons why you might not be able to execute the contract on the spot. But if you did a good job, you can still get a listing. Unless I come in between now and then. All right, anything else? Going once? Going twice? Who wants to see the listing presentation?
Let's see it.
All right. I've never had so many sellers on one appointment. So here we go. All right, I walk in the door, I walk through the house, blah, blah, blah. This is the kitchen table. It's a good kitchen table. All right, I could close on this one. All right, so now we're going to talk about selling your home, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, or sellers in this case.
It's a probate sale, big family.
Yeah, if I get this listing, I'm golden.
Yeah.
So this is a seller's guide. We're going to talk about selling your home with our team, okay? If I had her, I'd close every single time. If she's doing that while I'm presenting, forget about it. So I don't want to focus on me, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, but me and my brother have been in real estate for over 16 years. We started in 2009, which was a very tough market. And the reason that I tell you that is because I want you to know that we sell close to 100 homes a year. Do you know how many the average agent sells?
20.
20? No, it's 6 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to the next slide. So the way I'm able to do that, Will, is because I have a team, right? So I have a transaction coordinator, I have buyer's agents, I have a full-time assistant, and that allows me to focus on you and helping you accomplish your goal, marketing your home. I meet with sellers and buyers every single day. My team helps me get us to the finish line. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So the average agent does so many things, right? They put the sign in their yard, the lockbox, they call, they prospect, they market. All I do is help you sell your home. okay? And I built my team so instead of me running around doing everything, you're the center of the universe. So picture yourself, and that team is gonna surround you to make sure we accomplish your goal. And remind me again, what was your goal?
I'm gonna go to Florida.
You're going to Florida.
That's it.
We're gonna get you to Florida.
Thank you. Yeah, on a boat.
Okay.
Alright, you can look us up online, Will, you'll see what people are saying about that. On Google, which we just started recently, we have 84 reviews, on Zillow over 114. So you can see what people are actually saying about us. We're in the market every single day helping sellers just like you. You have a question, Mrs. Seller?
No.
Oh, okay. Good. And I encourage them to look us up online and our social media, because we're so heavy on social media.
Right then and there? Or-
Right then and there.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not on the spot.
No, it's all okay.
Spots on
okay.
me. Spotlight's
Yeah.
on me, baby. Alright, now I'm gonna walk you through the selling process. Have you ever sold your home before?
No.
Never. Oh, awesome. It's my pleasure to guide you to sell your home for the first time. So you're here in step number 1 to find the right real estate agent, okay? And I'm hoping I can do that for you. Then we're gonna talk about price and comps. So I'm gonna do the homework. I'm gonna send you comps and make sure that this home, we price it right in this market because this market is so unique so we can sell your home. Alright? We're gonna stage your home for success. I have a stager that'll come out and she'll give you a free staging consultation. If you wanna hire her, that'll be on you, but the consultation is on me. It's free to you, okay? Any questions so far?
No.
And I always ask any questions and check in with them all the time. If I'm losing them, I pay so much attention. Like if their arms are crossed, I'll hand them a pen and be like, hold this. Just have because this is, unless it's cold,
Yeah.
it's hot in here. I saw somebody who was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's hot. But if it's cold, they
Yeah.
should not have their arms crossed. Because what is this body language signal?
Closed off.
I'm not open to you,
Yeah.
right? So you want to pay attention to that. Photography. So I don't know if you knew this, but actually Zillow, Realtor.com, Realestate.com not only rank by the quality of photos, but also by the quantity of photos.
Whoa.
So we're going to hire a professional photographer. We're going to make sure you get floor plans, virtual tours, everything that you need to get your home sold. Not only sold, but it's going to be featured on these websites. And they're going to make sure that your home is featured because we do such a great job with photos. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Most agents don't realize that, but you probably had an agent that came out here and took pictures on their iPhone, right? And you don't realize that's a disservice to you, Mr. Seller. We list your home on MLS and 1,000 websites, 1,000 other websites, including social media. And I encourage you, if you haven't already, look us up on social media. By the way, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. Right?
Gotcha.
And then I'm still at the table, so like I know, like obviously I'm here for a reason. They like what they saw. Market your home with our team strategy. And remember, once we begin this process, this is just the beginning, it's not the end. I'm actually gonna walk you through to make sure not only you get offers, but you get the right offers. I'm gonna help you negotiate those offers for the most amount of money and choose the best offer for you based on your needs. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And I'm not here just to take this listing. I'm here to build a relationship for life. Because the money I make on this listing is okay, but it's really the relationship that we build together. And your friends and family that you send to me is how I build my business. Makes sense? 60% of my business is all by referrals. So if you knew somebody that was looking to buy or sell a home, you would use me, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yes.
So negotiate with the buyers, and I'm gonna get you to the closing table. This is where I find out where they're going next to and make sure I give them a referral agent or a closing myself. All right, remember why. We're going back to the why. Why are you selling again? Why are you moving? I keep going back to the why so they know why we're here, right? How quickly are you hoping to sell your home? 3 months, 6 months, a year? If it's a year, we might not get a contract. I'm still gonna try to get a contract signed, sell it off market. And what's your backup plan if your home doesn't sell in the timeline? That question was irrelevant for the last 7 years, but it's very relevant now because you guys are seeing price reductions, days on the market getting longer, and expired listings coming back. In 2009, when I started, that was the market I started with. You'd get a listing, 6 months on the market, the home doesn't sell. Then somebody else gets it 6 months on the market, the home doesn't sell. And then I would come in there and I'd have to do all this and convince them to list with me. Next. All right. I'm not going to go into this, but this is where I go into comparable market analysis. So these are the comps, Mr. Seller, $3 million homes. Oh, my house is better. Yeah, I know. Everybody's house is better. Market condition, I educate them what I know about the market and market pricing. I tell them stories here, which I won't bore you with the details. And then the condition of your home. We're going to tell you, like, hey, your place is immaculate, it's already staged, or like, you got like 1 month of work before we list it. This is where we talk about the next steps. And in all of these, I have stories and anecdotes, just like I told you guys. Remember the guy that shoved the desk? So I tell him stories about pricing. Hey, back in 2012, so I'll give you just one quick story, just as an example. In 2012, Mr. Seller, I used to work for Bank of America. Okay? I used to do their REOs and short sales. And you can't really underprice a home. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
because you've been.
Why?
All right. The reason is, if I used to go, right, and I'd get these REOs listings, they were foreclosure, real estate owned, and the bank would say, hey Arthur, we need to sell this home, what's it worth? And I would say, this home's worth $500,000 at Bank of America. And they'd say, great, we need it off our books, because the bank is not emotional like sellers are, right? So to them, they call it asset liquidation. So their house would just be an asset. And they need to get a certain amount of assets off the books every month. So they would say, hey, $450. I'd be like, okay, you're the boss, bank. Arthur would list the house for $450. I'd have 100 people at the open house. People would bribe and me bidding wars, and this home would sell for $550. So we actually got a little more than I told them the home was worth. Next month, I'd get the same listing. What's it worth, Arthur? It's worth $500,000 today. Okay, but we don't need to liquidate this asset this month. List it for $550. I would list the home. It would sit on the market, sit on the market, sit on the market, and either reduce the price or it would expire, and eventually we'd sell it for $485. So do you see how we actually can't underprice a listing? Because I market so aggressively, every single person and every single real estate agent is going to know about your home. And once they know about your home, they're going to see it, so they're going to give you offers. So in other words, if I put your $1 million home on the market for $500,000, with my marketing, you get 1.1. So how can you underprice it? But we can't overprice a home, especially in this market that's shifting all the time. So I would tell them that anecdote to make sure that we price it right. So I don't get a listing that goes on the market that expires, which many of you have not experienced.
I have a question actually, because let's say you have a seller that's like, well, if we price it at $450, what if we get like not $500? What if we get $460?
Then you take it because I'm trying to get paid. So then this is where I give the consultation. I go, in this market, you may not get anymore. You're absolutely right. So what is your bottom line number that you need?
I mean, I really like want 500.
Okay, you want 500, but is there a specific reason why you want 500?
That's the money that I need because I calculated what I put into the property, and that's what in order for it to make sense. Then I don't.
But based on what I'm showing you here, like it's clearly showing like the houses that are similar to yours are selling for $450, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remind me again, why are you looking to sell?
Yeah, because I need to sell because I just need to sell it. It doesn't make sense anymore to keep it.
So if you don't sell your home, what's your backup plan?
Rent it out.
Okay.
So rent it out.
All right. So I would fill her out and go deeper, like way deeper into that conversation and try to educate her. If I'm not able to, then I make an executive decision on the spot. So it's like, if she wants 600 and the property's worth 400, then I'm probably gonna leave and not take the listing.
Yeah. Yep.
But if it's like 50 grand in this market, I take the listing. But I set a realistic expectation. So I tell them, they're like, hey, I told you to list it for $450. I'll even have them write it. Sometimes I do an automatic price reduction and make sure she knows this is not the price I'm recommending. This is the price you're choosing. So when I call you every week to educate you on how it's going, don't be mad at me. So I make sure they know it's crystal clear that is not the price that I'm recommending. But I will take the listing in this market. All the listings. I'll put it on the off-market board with you guys and sell it. So I'm signing the contract, you know. But because this market is weird, it's a weird market, so you don't know. So I would say within reason any listing.
Yeah.
You know, and I might even sign a longer agreement. So instead of 6 months, I might do a 12-month agreement because I'm gonna spend all this time and money marketing it. So I'm gonna try to get you to get as realistic as you can, and if you don't get realistic, then we're signing. As long as it's within reason. But if you have that problem all the time, then you're not doing a great job educating them. If you have there's 1 out of 100, everything happens, right? Like 1 out of 100 sellers will do a backflip. That doesn't mean you build your business around that seller. They could do a backflip. I can do a backflip. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't break it yourself.
All right, appointments. This is where I assume the listing. They are there. So the showings, we use a showing time. Secretary, you guys are showing time? Showing time?
Yes.
So I tell them about showing time. Do you prefer showings not to be done at a specific time? Will any pets be present? So you see how I'm closing? I'm already gearing them up exactly what's going to happen. Do you want shoes to be taken off, or do you want me to provide booties? So I tell them all that I offer. Are there any security systems? And then after that, we just close.
We're taking that.
We're-
We're copying that.
Yeah, you can have it. It's in your email.
It is.
Alright, what's the next one? And then I just review if they want to. This is just a review. And I have my actual buyers and sellers.
Oh,
You
sorry.
guys can call them, ask them about me, see what they say. Most of these people have sold their house multiple times with me and they trust me, so you can feel free to call any of them if you need more recommendations. By the way, did your last agent that you met with give you a list of recommendations?
No.
Is there anything that another agent that said that they would do that for some reason I forgot to mention?
No, you were very.
That's a critical question because we think we all do the same things, but we don't. Some of us do more than others and some of us are better than others. But that's okay. If you don't ask that question, you will lose listings because they'll be like, yeah, well, we'll send out postcards. I didn't mention postcards, right?
Yeah.
Would I do postcards to get this listing? Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
So like, is there anything else that I forgot to mention that another agent said that he or she would do?
Well, what's your commission?
Commission, 6%.
6%. Is that the best you can do?
You want to sign today?
Yes.
You gotta
What's
sign
the
right now.
discounted price?
What were you looking for?
5.99.
Well, you know, other agents said that they'll do it for 4%.
4%. Unfortunately, I can't do 4%. Can I educate you?
Yeah, please.
If I don't fight for my hard-earned money and negotiate it here, how hard am I going to fight for your money when somebody gives us 50 grand less? So I'm going to fight for your money like a bulldog, and that's why I charge a full fee commission. We also want to compensate the other buyer broker. So can I educate you on that?
Yes, please.
So my fee to list a property now is 3%. Okay.
Yes.
This is not recorded, right? We can't talk commission. Trying to